Hello, Pift here. Now the thing we want to discuss about is the schoolroom. Now let's go for the San Antonio about the school, see what they says. First schoolroom case confirmed in South Texas. Now to be saying, it's not exactly where it's a fly lobby. They boiled down, they ought to call it a schoolroom lobby, but U.S. Department of Agriculture Wednesday confirmed the country's first case of New World Schoolroom parasite fly poisoned to harm the state's $15 billion cotton industry. USDA said in a social media post, Wednesday that it was testing its special screw receptor and that it's already activating personnel on the ground and was working for local partners. The confirmation comes after one day after Wallace debunked the claims of a state lawmaker that the screw was at least less than 1 mile from the U.S.-Mexico border. State and federal officials have been braced for the arrival of schoolrooms for months, fearing potential impact to livestock and extra industry at large. The fly targets the live flesh of all animals, including cattle, pets, wildlife, and humans. Schoolroom are effective for them by embedding their larvae in open wounds. The larva feeds off the flesh, causing severe wounds or death. Wallen says the residents affected there should check their pets for signs of schoolroom infection, which is included in infection rooms and the schoolroom eggs allowed. Social say the issue with schoolrooms should not cause food supply issues since schoolrooms does invest meat, fruits, or vegetables. Okay. At the time of the spread from Central America to Mexico, there was only one still fly production facility located in Panama. Since then, the U.S. University office has helped launch another metaphor in Mexico, and are building another in Edinburgh, Texas, which slowly said that it's slated to open the fall of 2027. This is June 2026. They also launched a two-fly disposal facility which helped distribute still flies near in Tampico, Mexico, and Edinburgh. On Monday, State Representative Donna Uvalde, Republican, claimed the fly is just 1 mile away from Texas. Wallen's in the midst of those claims Tuesday, as the news source called well-intentioned but wrong. Maybe solicit a state representative Lawler treated after the USDA announced the suspected case Wednesday. Scuba has been eradicated in the U.S. since 1960 when the pest was pushed back to Central America. However, the case began springing up in Panama, Costa Rica, Niagara, and Honduras. In 2024, Mexico reported the first case. Since early 2025, the U.S. had deployed more 8,000 traps capable of detecting schoolrooms. Wallen said resulting in 50,000 samples and 19,000 wildlife tested, was all tested until today's case. In an effort to prevent the spread, the USA shut down the border to live animal imports in May 2025, preventing the cattle from Mexico from entering the U.S. and limiting the supply of cattle in Texas. U.S. officials also working with officials in Mexico and Panama to try to eradicate the schoolroom again by using the still fly method. The practice consists of producing male stale flies to have them reproduce unavailable eggs with female flies that can only produce once in a lifetime. At that time of the spread in Central America, there was only one still fly production facility located in Panama. Since then, the United States to help lost another Metapole Mexico, built another one at Edinburgh, Texas. Wallen stayed open in fall 24. As a result, Commissioner Miller is now urging President Trump to direct the USDA to immediately display the Screwworm Adult Suppressor System, SROS, a program technology developed in the USDA size and successfully used during the previous adoration campaign. The SROS used attractions, baits, and targeted EPA-approved insecticides to dramatically reduce adult screwworms population, allowing the stem flies released to finish up. For more than a year, the Texas Department of Agriculture has and will continue to stand ready to fast-track approval of such SROS in Texas. SROS developed in USDA, tested by USDA, and subsequently deployed by USDA to eradicate screwworm in Mexico, Texas, when their tests last. The USDA already owns the playbook. The only question is whether the USDA will use it before the situation gets worse. President, I am asking you to control the response. Cut through the bureaucracy, deploy SROS, ability and throw available resources of this threat before it becomes a full-blown agricultural disaster. I push for provide research and the SROS debate follow for Secretary Lowe's and her team on 3 separate locations while the screwworm continued to its northward links to Texas. Instead of using every available tools, the USA moved too slowly and relies solely on partial solutions that takes years to fully implement. Commissioner Miller also called the Trump administration to immediately authorize funds a compressor SROS program across South Texas, U.S.-Mexico border, and other high risks. Establish a joint Mexico staff force, security area and ground suppressor force on both sides. Rapidly scale up SROS pallets production and use formulation, and expand the surveillance, trappings, and a rapid response team on every case and treat it immediately. Continue aggressive, expensive, still private production facility with subtimely deploying SROS as a bridge strategy rather than waiting years for a new facility to come online. The Katrina knew was screwworm and natural as because mostly and most every available response to that's from That's what that here for the Steve Miller. I'm not going to kind of read it. Okay, here it is. Oh, George cuts that New World Screwworm return to the U.S. The day calls. Okay. Get ready to meet the Homovorax, the New World Screwworm fly. For those who are not versed adapted, that species named Homovorax means man-eater. And yes, you're going to be getting to that part from Wikipedia, and I have warned people against that. Clicking to the links is not for the faint of heart. It feeds on liver tissue of warm-blooded animals. Infestation of a live vertebrate animal or fly larva is simply termed Malleus. While the larvae of many fly species eat flesh, manifest an old and putrid screw-ray larvae are used because they attack healthy tissues. This increases chance of infection and damage tissue. While this sort of Sanhornia has the average number the public has to think of a fly larva burning a flesh, thanks to the USDA science and cooperation between the United States and Mexico, New World screwworm was eradicated in the United States and driven back through Central America to the Darien Gap. There were plans of continuing eradication into South America where the fly was still its extent. However, the USDA eradicated the pest through sterile insecticide. Science has worked out the pest is particularly vulnerable. The sterile insecticide they worked for overwhelming number of male insects are bred. These males are sterile, though they are released into the vast excess natural fertile males, and so the odds of female mating with the female males are very low. Vulnerability of these screwworms is that the females only mate once. However, the fawn would produce no springs and will die. Because of something terrible after a time of reprieve was widely considered a word of the day after Trump returned to power in November 6, 2024. People may not have considered how prophetic they were, but some truly terrible, not least seen in the United States in the next 50s, was confirmed the return of the United States yesterday evening, and that was all thanks to those cuts. I'd like to kind of read through that. Okay. Okay, well, you get the gist of it. Now, it doesn't tell you that when live calves are alive, they really get vulnerable to screwworms because they started the umbilical cord and calves died. So, you know, that's the main thing, because if the screwworms go up to the calves died, you would lose your production cattle 2 years down the line. So that's one thing that you got to be worried about.